Hi everyone, Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my privilege today to bring you CJ Shaman. How you doing, CJ?
I'm doing pretty swell, and I hope you are too.
I am. I'm so glad you're here. So
Well,
CJ
thank you.
is a musician. He's so talented. We want to bring him on today to talk about his journey in the music world and what's happening. So let's start in the beginning. CJ, how'd you get started in music?
Oh, wow. Well, I guess I would have to say I got started in making music right towards the end of my high school years, leaving high school. But I've always been interested in music and wanted to perform and be on stage and be in the limelight, I suppose, since I was like, before I was even in school, even in kindergarten. It's kind of what I always wanted to do. My mom was a big Elvis Presley fan, so I got introduced to music at a young age and watching him and all of his movies and all that kind of stuff like really inspired me to just kind of want to follow in those footsteps and do all of that. It seemed really fun, and at the same time, I think it's my purpose embedded in me to begin with. So it was always going to happen no matter what, I think.
That's great. When families have someone in the background that likes music and is encouraging, that is always a great thing for any young person that's interested in music. And Elvis, of course, is one of the big ones. So
Oh yeah.
also like Elvis. He was amazing. Now I see in the background you have the Kiss behind you, and even I know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So is that part of your sort of mentors and your music ideas?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm a big fan of Kiss, but I just have this cool one day I took my daughter to the record store and they had this cool it's like a cardboard cutout kind of thing going on. So I just thought it was really cool. So I bought it and didn't know really what I was going to do with it, but I brought it home and now that I've been doing a lot of interviews and podcasts, I think it goes good as a nice little backdrop to make things interesting, better than just a plain wall. But yeah, there's I'm obviously into all kinds of different music and artists, but yeah, Kiss would definitely be some performers that I'm really inspired by for sure.
Beautiful. And Kiss is a great group. They've been around a long time
Oh
too.
yeah, they're
Oh,
legendary.
oh, absolutely. And so it sounds like you kind of like that genre. That's really good. Now, talk about your music. Let's talk about you, CJ. So now mom got you kind of interested in music and you've been following along some of the artists. What music do you play? Talk to us.
Well, I am a songwriter and a singer. Um, I don't play an instrument at all. It's not anything that I'm really capable of doing for some reason, but very much have rhythm all through my heart and my body, and I'm able to. I mean, I'm a writer and a poet, so my main talent would be writing lyrics and then singing and performing. And I write all my own songs, so that's where probably my wheelhouse is being a songwriter. And I'm a solo artist, so I don't currently have a live band lineup to play with. So I'm mostly in a creative stage right now, recording some songs and some collaborations in Nashville currently right now, and just sort of kind of living life in each moment, waiting to see what's around the next turn. But I love performing. It's just in my particular situation, it's the hardest part of it to make happen due to just all the moving pieces it takes and things like that. So right now, it's not in the cards for me to be performing that much, but definitely am doing a lot of creating right now. So in the near future, I think that's going to turn into some outward opportunities to actually go out and spread it to the people outside of the internet and streaming platforms and such. So I'm looking forward to that very much.
Oh yeah, and however we can help you, CJ. I'm all about young talent coming up and people trying to make it in the world. And when I say that, the unconventional way, so that's artists and musicians, writers, screenwriters, actors. It's very difficult when you're coming up through that sort of area. And anything you can do to promote yourself. That's what's important, right? What
Oh,
kind of
absolutely.
music do you have? Tell us about your songs or the ones that you've written anyway. What have you done?
Well, I tend to either blow people away or disappoint them because I can't really be put into a box. I don't really write just, you know,
Sure.
rock music or country music or pop music, or I kind of write everything. Like I'm an artist. I'm a true artist, so I don't like to stay within one genre. I'm like a chef. I don't want to always prepare the same meal with the same ingredients. So, or a filmmaker, you don't always want to make the same plot line and the same movie over and over. So, I'm a very versatile songwriter and artist, but obviously, up until this point, I've done very much like blues, rock, country, Americana roots influenced music. So basically, rock and roll. And the latest album that I just released this summer, El Diablo de Ocho, The Devil of Eight, was kind of like a dark and gritty, little bit gothicy, with some rockabilly undertones, kind of a dark rock album, but fun and exciting, and even a, kind of some kind of fun Kiss inspired like energy in there as well. And previously to that, I've always sort of just uh, walked the line back and forth between rock and roll and kind of like country inspired music, I guess you would call it. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. So my family was a very much a country music family. So like 80s and 90s country music is a big influence on me, whether I wanted it to be or not. But
Yeah.
so I just kind of let the muses and the spirits guide me when it comes to writing. So whatever song wants to come out at any given moment when the opportunity arises, I just sort of let it flow. And also, depending on who I'm collaborating with, the musicians and things like that have a lot to do with how the song will turn out. And I try to keep my stuff like in its own lane where it's just it's CJ Shaman music. So I try to make a little bit of something for everyone. I want to unite the world with art. I want to unite people despite our differences that we think we may have. I think we're all very much more alike than we are different, and music is a big way to bring people together in that way. So that's my main purpose. So that's why I try to write music for everybody. I'm currently right now working on some major artist collabs that are actually like more like hip hop kind of songs. And I grew up in the 80s and 90s when hip hop first kind of came onto the scene and started to blow up and really be influential because of MTV and things like that to all walks of life. Like I grew up in the country in Arizona, but me and my friends could have access to cultures from Los Angeles or New York City or Atlanta and these places where we've never been and would never have any idea what's going on there or what it's like. But because of MTV and music and being allowed to see through those curtains and see these other cultures and what they're doing and how their lives are, definitely influenced me and what I'm doing. So, I mean, I literally try to make music for all the tastes out there because I want everyone to be able to have something from me. You know what I mean? So if you're a fan who's like, you know what, like I really just like rap and hip hop music, well then I would like to touch you as well. So I'll try to make something for you in that genre as well as like pretty much every genre besides classical, I guess, that doesn't require any words or singing. So if you can sing along to it, I can probably hop on it and make something pretty cool to go with it. So that's kind of a gift I have is to be very versatile, very much a chameleon when it comes to making music. And so my goal is to be able to work with other artists in a way where I can, create music for them to perform that they can sing themselves. That's just, I wrote it for them, but it's specifically for them, and then it's theirs to do as they please. I think that's one of my main goals. Where I'm headed is to be mostly just a songwriter. That's where my main talent lies. So.
I like that. Now would you, let's say, CJ, you're writing music for whatever artist that you're doing. Do you write music for that particular artist, or do you write the song from your heart first and then think of an artist that might be able to do the song? You see where I'm going with that?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I could do it both ways for sure. I've never been blessed with the opportunity up to this point to write for a specific
Sure.
artists, but there's times just in my own world where I'll write something like another one of my big influences, someone I really look up to is the artist Dwight Yoakam, the country artist, and I've written
Sure.
some songs. You know, we've never crossed paths or met, but I've written several songs that I would definitely kind of had him in mind when I was writing them. Is like, yeah, he would. The song would be a really good song for him to do. So, you know, hopefully the stars will align and our paths will cross, and we'll be able to get into some business like that. That would be really fun, really fulfilling. But yeah, probably Dwight Yoakam is the main artist that I've written songs that would go good for him. It's easier to write for a solo artist, someone who's like a brand or a person where you're
Yeah.
completely like, you know, this is definitely goes with this guy's style. I write a lot of like rock music that would go, you know, let's say there was a band like Kiss, who's obviously they're kind of retired and done now. But if they were looking for like a fresh, new, awesome song that people would believe would come right from them. I mean, I could definitely do that. Most rock bands tend to write their own songs though, so there's not really a place for that in the rock industry so much. But in all the other like pop music, country, there's a lot of opportunities to write for other artists. So
I would think so because writing it's not as easy as people think, is it? You have to make sure it's not the same as something another song. You have to be careful the wording's not the same and you're still making up the music background to go with the artist, as you said, the genre that you're working with. So it would be, I think, first of all, challenging to be a writer. And if you're so talented, I'm sure you're going to be high in demand like CJ. That I'm sure is terrific for you.
yeah, definitely. I mean, when I started out writing songs, you know, 20 or so years ago, it was definitely difficult and something that um takes a while to hone in your skills, and then it's just like with anything in life, you practice something to become good at it, and then it becomes second nature, and then it's sort of like once you reach this certain threshold, it's like for me, speaking from my own personal experience, like once I started to write songs that I actually felt like, yeah, this is a good song, and now that I'm playing it with a band and we've recorded it and I'm hearing it, like I'm proud of myself. I did good.
Yeah.
This is definitely a good song. Well, that gives you the confidence to go, okay, well, I know I can write a good song now. And then so moving forward, I just sort of expect to be able to know what I'm doing and write a good song every time I write a song. So I don't really overthink things like that or in the process of it and everything. I really try to just let it flow naturally and organically and whatever I'm tapped into. That energy that co-writes and co-creates with me, we have a pretty good method and understanding of it's just like just let it flow and don't interrupt the process of it just creating itself. And I feel like me and my pen and the paper are just sort of the medium, and the song already exists there, and all I have to do is translate it onto paper without getting too much in the way of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds exciting. CJ, just so you know, I couldn't sing a lick, so I'm not good with music. I definitely have never written music, but I'll tell you what, I appreciate it. So I know there's a lot of effort and work put into this. I want to ask you, CJ, because you talked about different groups that you definitely like, and you haven't had a chance yet to write for someone, but I know it's coming for you. Talk to
Definitely.
us about your album one more time. Just tell me again the title and where people can get it. Is it on Spotify? Is it on YouTube? Where is it?
Yes, ma'am. So it is on Spotify, it's on iTunes, it's on Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, all those platforms. So your audience listening now, all you have to do is go to whatever streaming platform you prefer and just look up CJ Shaman, El Diablo de Ocho, The Devil of Eight, and that's my latest album. But I have all sorts of singles and other albums up on all the streaming platforms. That's my previous work, but definitely the latest album is what I'm promoting right now and would like people to hear. I'm very proud of it. It's a very deep, heartfelt representation of the past couple of years of my life, kind of a culmination, kind of a it's kind of a package that I'm tying up and putting a pretty little bow on and sending it out to the world as kind of the end of an era, the end of a chapter for me. And as I move forward, I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently. So it's definitely kind of the end of an era for me. So it's a very special album to put out there as it's sort of closing the door on one part of my life and opening a door on a brand new part of my life. So I'm very excited for people to hear it. It's 8 songs, which so the El Diablo de Ocho just translates into English, the Devil of Eight. So it's 8 very intricate, thought out tracks, all very much different from the next, but yet all intertwined to tell this story. And it's a beautiful album. There's some darkness and some pain in there too. I experienced a lot of loss leading up to creating this album, which is what inspired it. So that's probably why it's a good closure for me. And so moving on, just working with all new people from here on out. I just started a relationship with a new producer in Nashville. So just started recording in Nashville for the first time in the past couple months. So that's been a really big, exciting dream come true for me to be doing that. So very happy and excited about the future and everything I've got going on. So that's what it's all about. So just look up CJ Shaman, El Diablo de Ocho on YouTube. I have a very dynamic music video to go with the lead single, simply titled El Diablo. So you can look up CJ Shaman, El Diablo in 4K and watch that very cool music video, which is very somatic, very much like a little mini movie. So very proud of that as well. And you can find me on Instagram under CJ Shaman, CJ underscore Shaman on Instagram. And I put up a lot of content on there and put a lot of fun stuff up there for people to get to know me and see what I'm all about. So those are all good avenues for discovering my music and what I do.
Thank you, CJ. And you'll make sure I get all those links at the end of this, okay? So I'll put it in my show
Oh,
notes
absolutely.
and I'll also connect with you, make sure we're connected on Instagram and all of that so that anyone can go ahead and click on there and they're going to get your amazing music. So I'm really happy for you.
Oh,
Let
awesome.
me
Thank you.
ask you, CJ, let's push it out 5 years. You want to be a writer? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you see yourself doing?
Oh, wow. Well, in 5 years, I think, uh, not to sound big headed or anything, but I think I'm going to be probably one of the biggest artists in the world because I've always sort of known that that's my purpose. And I've been put through a lot of trials and through a lot of fire and, buried deep down in the soil and to have to climb my way out and sprout my way out from a seed into a big, giant, strong tree with big, strong roots. And so, my experience with music and pursuing this career up until this point has been a journey and an expedition that they always say, like the journey is the destination. And it really is. It's been a really long journey for me. I've never up to this point experienced real exposure or real success, yet I've kept going. I'm 45 years old. I've been doing this since I was 20 years old. So for 25 years, through all the naysayers, through all the haters, through all the people that doubt me and are afraid of me to have success, I persevered through all of those things to make it to this point where like I can feel it. It's like right in front of me, and it's almost like I'm in this stage now where it's like it's my turn to go out on stage and finally reveal myself. And the person who's in charge of the curtains is just like, "Well, hold on, just 1 second. You're up next," but just like take it in for a minute, look back on this journey that you've been on for over 20 years and realize that part's coming to an end. And as much as you're ready for this new part, just like bask in everything that you've accomplished up to this point, like everything you've been through, and remember like how hard it's been and how easy it's about to become in this one way. And all your success, everything you've ever worked for is like about to be laid at your feet. But just like hold on for a minute and just like live in what you've done and like how long it's taken and all the obstacles that I've overcome. And so I feel like I'm just sort of like resting and having a chance to just kind of like catch my breath a little bit and just like physically and mentally rest and prepare for the stardom that's like about to come before me. So in 5 years, like I think I'm gonna be worldwide known with songs in every genre. And before we started the interview, you mentioned, was I an actor, a musician? But I would love to act as well. I'd love to um, be in a movie where I had a hand in the score and in the soundtrack, and also got to have like a small part in there somewhere or whatever. Like, I'm an overall artist. I love to perform. I love to act. Like all those things just have always come natural to me, which is why this is my purpose, which is why I pursue it. And you know, I obviously wish that I could right now have these successes and have that fame and have that notoriety and all those things that come with it. But it's something that I've really, really had to work really hard for, so that when it comes to me, I will appreciate it so much, and it'll be something that I don't take for granted, like any second of the day, you know what I mean? Which is something that in the past I most likely would have. So God put me on a path to make it a little bit extra hard for me, I think, because He requires something really big of me. So to be that and embody that, He had to put me through a lot of pain, honestly, so that I could build my strength, build my character, so that I could embody a lot of integrity heading into this life that He has prepared for me.
CJ, a couple of things. First, I asked every single person that I have on my show, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And the reason I asked that is because one of the biggest things is if someone doesn't know where they're going, it's really difficult to get there, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
I
you
have
got to have
never
your
heard
eye
an
on the prize.
answer. I have never heard an answer this well said in my entire time, which, well, that's not true. There might have been a few, but honestly, you have really taken the epitome of where you're going to be in 5 years. You've taken the confidence, you've taken all of the adversity that you've gone through, which is actually what this show is about, the rise through adversity to the other side. And you're taking it there. I must say, honestly, I think absolutely. You have all the confidence, the ability, and the talent that's going to take you where you want to be. So, first of all, I wanted to say that. So,
Oh,
kudos to
thank
you.
you, Teresa. That was really kind of you to say. Thank you.
Absolutely. And in a small way, I'm very grateful that you honored me to be on the show, to come on my show and to tell the world that where you're going and that you're going to be successful, because I know you're going to be a success. So thank you for letting me be just a small part of that little rise.
Oh,
And
you're so
I,
sweet. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
oh, absolutely. We're going to promote you, no problem. Now, I want to ask you, let's say we had some musicians or people who want to get a hold of you. I'm aware you're on Spotify and iTunes and all the areas that you mentioned, and we will have it here. But if somebody wants to reach out to you personally, is LinkedIn the best, or Instagram? Which is the best place to get you, or
Um,
email?
for me, probably just Instagram would
Okay,
be the best, but I don't mind giving out my email at all. But just like my main Instagram page,
sure.
CJ underscore
That,
Shaman. That's like I'm always on there creating content and networking. So that's probably the best place to get a hold of me. I always check all my DMs, so that is definitely the easiest place to find me.
Perfect, because we want them to be able to reach out to you. And, if somebody wants you to write one of their songs, there's no doubt you're going to have a lot of songs that you're going to be writing. You're going to be a busy guy. And I wanted to also mention to you, whatever adversity that you've overcome and to this point, I give you credit, because everybody, if you're living and you're 45, you're still young, but 45, you've gone through a few things. If you've gone through all of that and you've arrived to today, you've got to say kudos to you, CJ, because when you're doing it and you're arriving somewhere, that says you've been through it all, you can handle it, and you're ready for the future. So you're just ready to receive. And I see a lot of future for you. So well done.
Oh, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that very much, and you're absolutely right. And I wouldn't change my story for anything, because as I'm able to look back and view it from up here and look down on it, like I definitely needed every trial and every tribulation to get to this point, and I'm very grateful for it, even though it's been painful at times. But that pain has turned, I've uh, turned that pain into something really beautiful. So I'm proud of myself for that, because there's times in my life where I could look in the mirror and be like, I'm not very proud of myself right now. So I've come to a point where I can look back and actually, like pat myself on the back and say, dude, like you made it through all that stuff. Like you actually like give yourself some credit, you know what I mean? And I think that's important for everybody out there. Like, it doesn't matter what you're trying to pursue, even if you just want like a normal, quiet life where you just want like a simple job and to come home and have simple pleasures in life and to just be left alone and be able to relax and have your own little life. That can be even very difficult to accomplish sometimes. And, you know, sometimes I just want a little normal
Yeah.
life where I'm not trying to pursue all these things. But unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, Vic, this is my purpose. So I have to fulfill my purpose. And let me tell your audience, like, I've given up on myself several times in my life in moments, kind of knowing that I was not fully giving up, but I've given up on myself and um but was able to get back on the horse and keep riding. And so I have to give myself credit for that and tell myself, my younger self, like, hey, like that wasn't easy for you to get back and do that, but you did. And like now look where you're at. So like good job, buddy. So
I like
definitely.
that, CJ. Never give up. Absolutely. And I always say, wait for your future self. Do something today for your future self. And then you can look back and go, CJ, way to go. Thank you so much. So even though you can look back, remember to look forward. Think, what can I do today for my future self? So when CJ looks back, he can thank me for that, right? That's the way you
Oh,
look at it.
absolutely. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, always look at the
Always
future.
be taking care of your future self.
Yeah. What can I do today that's gonna help my future self? And that makes a big difference too in you know what? I realize everybody has moments that they wanna give up, CJ. That's so normal, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're climbing a dream, like I said, that's unconventional. It may not necessarily be the path that most people take, and so it is difficult. And you do have to kind of be your own mentor. But if you can stay focused and stay the course, you'll make it. And you've come this far, so well done. CJ, correct me if I'm wrong. You mentioned you had a child, is that correct?
Oh yes, I have a daughter. I have one daughter. She's about to turn 17 here
Oh,
in
nice.
December, and man, she's been the light of my life, the best thing that's ever happened to me. She's my best friend. Like, I could not be here doing this
Nice.
without her. She's given me such strength and courage and inspiration. Like, she herself is such an amazing creative person and sees things from a different perspective that I don't see things from. So I've learned a lot from her and gained a lot of creativity from her because she's shown me things that I didn't really know were out there or that I forgot were out there. And she reintroduced them to me. And I took great inspiration from some of those things. So I know that before she was born and I was pursuing this, I left it behind when she was born to take care of her for a while and sort of didn't know if I would come back to it. And when I did go back to it years ago and now where I'm at now, I realized that God wanted me, He gave me the opportunity to become a father and raise my child almost to full adulthood before it was time for me to sort of like have my stardom. So I appreciate that very much because like I'm so close with my daughter and love her so much. I would not have wanted to miss out on anything had I gained success, like say when she was like 8, 9, or 10, 11, 12 years old or something like that. Like, you know, she's almost an adult now. So for me to be able to like fully raise my child and then still like have this success, I feel is like been really beneficial towards me and a really like a true gift that I'm very honored to have.
I'm very proud of you for that, and I'm sure your daughter just thinks the world of you, and well done. That's terrific, CJ.
Oh,
In
thank you.
today's world, we always have to remember that our families and our friends are so important because they're our tribe, right? They're the ones that are there for us, and we can't forget them. So I commend you for that, my friend. I think that's wonderful. And
Oh, thank
you're
you.
welcome to say her first name on here if you want. If not, that's okay.
Yeah, her name's Marilyn.
Marilyn. Okay, that's great. Marilyn, your dad's so proud of you. And from me to you, well done. You're a wonderful family. So that's wonderful.
Oh,
So,
well, thank you so much.
CJ, I honestly have just honestly, I've enjoyed our time together. Now, you've got a path down the road. I wondered, would you like to come back and do another episode with us down the road and tell us how you're doing?
Oh, absolutely. I'd be happy to come back and give you an update for sure. Think we definitely should.
CJ, that would be my pleasure. I truly mean that. I wish you only the best. I'm going to be checking out your music and I'm going to make sure everything's in the show notes so everyone can follow you along. Honestly, there's no doubt in my mind you're going to be the big superstar and I'm going to be seeing you in the top charts.
Oh, well, thank you. You're very smart. You know, you can see the future.
Thank you, CJ. You're wonderful. I'm truly grateful you came on today. To
Oh,
everyone, this
the
is
pleasure was
CJ.
mine.
Oh, my pleasure. This is CJ Shaman. Make sure you go over to all his music areas. That's on Instagram and everything we're going to have here in the show notes. Go ahead and check out his new album. And definitely in the future, let's watch him for episode 2 on our show. Thank you again, CJ. To everyone else, this is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. Do subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate that. I hope you're all having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Bye-bye now.